It is day 10 of our challenges. I'm Pat Sloan and we are in Jumpin' June talking about all about quilt your own quilt. So I wanted to show you what I brought in from my garden, but look how precious. I have had this little tiny vase for I don't know how long. It's just perfect for little flowers, except that you have to put the water in it, I don't know, like 5 times a day because it evaporates. It doesn't hold much water. So I wanted to show you those. I have one rose bush. Years ago I had several rose bushes, like those, not fancy rose bushes, just the kind that were sort of, bush roses. You know, they get a lot of little ones. Anyway, okay, on with our challenge. So today is the 10th, and I have on there celebrate because it's not what you think probably. It is Greg's birthday, and I thought it would be fun if we all just said happy birthday to my better half. It's been a good time, many years with Greg. So today is his birthday, but we're going to celebrate free motion quilting, and we're going to talk about starting another panel today. So your challenge today, get the challenge part out here right away, is to be sure that you're wrapping up whatever that first panel is. And if you have not started a panel yet because you have spent the first 9 days working on test squares, which is fine, that's perfectly fine. Now you're done with this. You're going to move on to panels. So today you need to get out and get whatever's going on. So I'm going to show you the Paris panel, talk about a few other things here. So first up is my butterfly panel, which I did finish, and I told you all about that in the prior videos, but I thought I had ordered the binding fabric, which is the same color as that inner border. It's a teal grunge, but it was made for a fabric line, so it wasn't really that easy to find. I thought I'd ordered it, and I thought it should have been here, so I went looking for it. I don't see an order, so I reordered it. So I'll probably either have 2 orders come of it, or the 1 order will finally come. The other thing, I had a lot of people ask me about the rainbow quilt's the border I picked. So I did on the rainbow quilt here. Let's see if we can zoom in up there. So I did a sort of a triple border. I did a inner border of the white, then I did the rainbow stripe, and then the same outer border of the white print. And that rainbow print I will link down below. It comes in several colorways. It's a K facet, and it's his promenade, I guess a promenade line. This one has a lot of pink. Some of the other ones are darker, and so this was the one that made me happiest. And plus it's got the yellow, and it's got purple, and it's got green. It just has more pink and really and burgundy instead of a red, but I'm okay with that. I think it turned out really good, and that's why I broke it up with the little white inner border, and then finishing white outside, so it's encased in white, because I think that showed it off better rather than just slapping this on all by itself. So I still have a nice chunk of it left, so that's really cool. Okay, the Paris is always a good idea. So that is what the name of the panel is. Paris is always a good idea. So here it is basted. So I'm going to tell you, this is what I decided on. I actually switched out. If you did not see the share that I did of the inner borders, when I did the video, I had yellow in here, but I decided that it just was lost. It didn't have any framing effect. It didn't really add anything. The yellow looked nice up close, but if you got a little bit away, it just kind of like, washed out. So I got a green, and I have enough of this to do the binding. And there is that floral from a line that was ages and ages ago by a totally different artist, and it just works so well. So we're going to talk about this, but backing, a lot of times, somebody had a question, do I always use dark backing? Do I always use light backing? Is there a rule? And yes, I use dark, yes, I use light, and no, there is no rule. So backings are a kind of a personal thing. When I first started out, I used to just put anything on the back. I mean, it didn't even have to match the front. I was just using up stuff that I don't know why I bought it. And then over time, I decided I would like to have nicer backings that sort of match the front. And so it might be a dark backing, it might be a light backing. It just depends on what I think matches best. Now this is a wall hanging, so generally I don't really care what's on the back because I am putting it against the wall, never to be seen again. So it is, I mean, it could be solids, it doesn't really matter. But I decided I want to put something fun on this one, and I remembered I have this print, which I think it was, I don't even know where it was at. I think I ordered it online. I did a search around. It's a long time ago, so it's not current. But I do have a link below for some other Paris-themed backgrounds or backings, I'm sorry, fabrics that you could use for backings that are sort of scenery like this. So this was a Waverly, one of those that were made for quilters. So you have to be careful because if you do a search, you might find, like especially with Waverly, you find a lot of duck cloth or a lot of upholstery type, heavier weight fabrics because they do a lot of decorating fabrics and not so much the quilting fabrics. So that's the backing. Now, I want us to practice today, for those of you who are practicing your free motion today. Oh, wait, before I demo that, batting. So I have a whole bunch of different battings, and I had gotten a group of these Happy Cloud ones, and so I pulled this one out, which I've never tried, the bamboo blend. So this is 50-50 bamboo and cotton, and it's really nice. I've basted two things with that 60-60, and this is all that's left of that. So I did the panel, and then for tomorrow, Grandma's kitchen rather, the one section. So this is really drapable. Can you see, like, I don't know how, it just is really, really drapable. It's not like a Warm and Natural, which is fairly stiff. So this is really soft and drapable. And I like the feel of it a lot. So we'll see how it quilts. I think a lot of battings quilt fabulous. Maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm not that picky. Okay, what we're going to do is I want to do another design on here for you. So you have something new to practice. I want to do I'm going to do a swirl like this. I didn't bring my paper over, so we're doing it with my finger, but I'm going to do it on the machine, a swirl, and then I want to come out and like scallop the edge, and then come back on it. So that's kind of a neat thing that you can practice. So let's come down here, get down to there, and that glare will go away when I put the fabric underneath. All right, and I have black thread in here so that you can see what's going on. All right, drop the feed dogs, and I'm just gonna go. So I'm going to do like a swirl. So this is a swirl, which you could just ribbon it, which is going back and forth over it like that, which is a little bit more unstructured. And then what I'm going to do is do a scallop on the outside of it, which are just, hoops. So here is what it's looking like. Let me see if I can do this now. So now I will come back on the scallop and just follow it. So if I want to do, that is sort of one issue. Now if you don't want to have it sort of ribboned that much, you can just come back on itself. So let's do another one. So I would take this and then I would just sort of go over to another area, and we'll do a little bit smaller swirl and stay on itself, and then do the scallop. Scallop, 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 and I scallop all the way to the end and then back out. And you're just eyeballing this, maybe about a little wider than 1/4 of an inch. Okay, so there are two of those, and you could do a whole section. And the reason why I want to show you these right now is because if you're doing a panel like Paris, or if you have an open space on some of your quilt blocks, or maybe even a border, it's fabulous for a border on your quilt. This panel will be great to practice that on, because this has, in the design, it has roses. Can you see, and I think, I will add some of these tendrils off of it So I'll probably do something in the roses and then come and do a little bit of these swirls and scallops. Okay, so I'm going to do a little bit of that today, but then the next few days we're going to talk about walking foot quilting. So we will take off the darning foot, we'll put on the walking foot. And if you're going to do this, in my book there's like a whole section on walking foot and a whole section, you know, on the darning foot, on the free motion. So you can reference both of those. All right, you ready? You ready to celebrate? Your celebration is like, yes, you finished one thing. You're going to lock it down. You're going to finish it up today. Get it to a point where you can shift over and work on something, some other piece to quilt on. So, all right, that's your assignment. Thank you for being here. I love you. Mwah. Have a great day.